WHCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Girls High School Basketball. The Hampton Crabbers versus the Phoebus Phantoms.
Coach of the Lady Phantoms is Mr. Talon. And the coaches.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. We are here at the home of the Hampton Crabbers, Hampton High School, for two games. The first game this evening will be the girls' game between the Lady Phantoms and the Lady Crabbers. And Bob, how did the standings shape up as we are just about set for this tip-off?
Yeah, the Hampton. This is be a great game if Hampton girls had a tremendous point guard. They are a big team, and I talked to Mike Talon about them. Mike Talon right now sits with the Phoebus teams in second place, and the Hampton team is in in seventh place, excuse me. So statistical-wise, this should not be much of a contest as far as who should win the game. But in any kind of contest, you're going to have some off nights. I know. I talked to Mike. They shot 24% from the field in the first half at their own school in the last game and ended up getting beat by 6 points by Menchfield. So anything can happen, but we look for a good game tonight. They'll play an up-tempo game, the Phoebus Phantoms. Well, they'll try to run, Tim.
All right, the Hampton Crabbers, 2-6 in the district, 3-8 overall, coached by Ivory Knight. And we're underway as the battle for the tip is controlled by the Hampton Crabbers. And the Mike Talon coached Phoebus Phantoms are 8-1, 10-3 overall. Pass goes inside, is put up, it's off the rim, no good. Hampton's got the rebound and we'll have a jump ball. And of course in high school basketball you have 8-minute quarters and you do have the possession pointer, I guess is what you'd call it.
It's exactly. They got, Hampton got the tap, but the jump ball now goes over to Phoebus, so the next time there's a tie-up or at the beginning of the next quarter, the ball will go to Hampton. We have a good camera crew, and the fans can see a tremendous picture there of this contest.
Rebound on the baseline is put up and good by Juanita Cook for Phoebus, and they'll take a 2-0 lead.
Tim, what happened that time is you got 5 seconds to get the ball in, but it's got to touch somebody in 5 seconds. It was a long pass. Nobody touched it until it got down to the other end, and therefore it's a turnover, which means it goes back to the Phantoms. And this is what Mike Talon tries to do: a lot of pressure, make turnovers, and get some easy baskets.
Shot is a little bit long. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Crabbers.
If we get a chance, Tim will pop up the starters. As you can see, the Phoebus Phantoms are putting a lot of pressure on bringing that ball up across the court.
Crabbers break that press. Baseline jumper is off the mark. Shot no good. And the rebound comes out to the Lady Crabbers. From 14, off the glass, no good. Rebound inside, put up, still no good. Battle for the ball. It's a jump ball. And the possession arrow will belong to the Lady Crabbers.
And Tim, we got our first substitute of the game. Kathy Fitzgerald for Mike Talon's Phoebus Phantoms is coming in.
Marvette Hawkins will check out for the Lady Phantoms. Inside.
I'm not keeping track of the rebounds, Tim, but the Hampton Crabbers are a much taller team, and this is what Mike told me. If they had a good guard, they would really be a tough team because they are so big.
Still 2-0 in favor of the Phantoms. Again, another jump ball, the third in this game so far. And it does belong to the Crabbers. There we go. We have time now. We'll show you the Phantom starters. And they are Nikki Reed, Keeler, Boggs, Cook, and Hart. Yolanda?
Yolanda, right.
Okay. There you see a good close-up of the Lady Phantoms. In the corner, Tammy Boggs, their leading scorer. Pass goes to Ray, and the Lady Crabbers will bring it up. They lose the handle. The ball will be brought back by the Lady Phantoms. Driving the baseline, up, no good. Tip out comes to the Phantoms. This is Tammy Boggs, off the glass, no good. And controlled by the Crabbers, a traveling call. We have the names of the officials for the fans tonight, Bob.
Sure do, Tim. We have Tim. We have Tim.
All right.
Tim Whitlock, the young man that's over on the right-hand side, and the left side is far away across the court is Reuben Lemons. And last year we had Reuben do one of our ball games at Phoebus.
Reuben is the man without the mustache. Off the glass.
Good point. I was
And
trying
put
to
in.
figure out how we was going to separate them there.
There you go. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Phantoms. They lead 4-0. 5:58 remaining in the first quarter. Busy week for our crew at Channel 29. We'll be, of course, here for the boys game as well. And then Wednesday night, we'll be at Kecoughtan High School for that game, both boys and girls. And Friday night, we'll be at Bethel High School. So hope you'll join us. We'll be giving you those air times for these games as we go along. Ball is stolen by the Phantoms. Quickly down court, off the glass, and good. That's Nikki Reed getting 2 points. And the Phantoms are now holding a shutout, 6-0.
Well, Nikki Reed is just a junior, Tim, and she's an excellent ball player, was last year for the Phantoms, who were the #1 girls team in the district last year.
Crabbers move the ball around. Not a whole lot of movement on their part. Left-handed dribble, the shot is up off the glass, and we've got a whistle.
Well, Tim, we do have a three-point line now in high school that we did not have last year, but I think we'll find it a little more prevalent in the boys' game, and then we'll see it here in the girls' game. But I know the Hampton boys, they've got some shooters that got the green light. And I'll talk about that when we get into that ball game. But this will be an interesting contest. If the Hampton Crabbers could get some of those easy rebounds and put them back up from inside, this would be a tied ball game.
Yanessa Jones at the free throw line. The jump shooting left-hander off the glass and off the rim, no good. One shot coming. The foul was charged to Yolanda Keeler. And again, the second shot no good. So the Crabbers yet to dent the scoreboard. Phantoms down very quickly underneath the basket. Spinning move and a nice basket by Nikki Reed. That's her second. And it's 8-0, the Phantoms.
She did an excellent job of concentrating, keeping her head up and watching the basket that time, Tim.
Juanita Cook intercepts the pass. And it's loose on the baseline, now controlled by the Lady Crabbers. Long pass down court. And we've got a whistle, a pushing foul. And I believe this will be charged to, well, let's see who they call it on.
I think he is calling against the Hampton. Nessa Jones, number 24, is who he's calling again, I believe.
I think that was a good call because I really did think that she was the person who did the pushing. The ball should belong to the Phantoms. There was some confusion, but that is, in fact, a good call. In the corner, looking for the shot, looking for someone to pass to. The Phantoms move the ball around. They are second in the district behind the Menchville girls. From 14, good. So Tammy Boggs gets on the scoreboard. That's her basket, first basket of the evening. The Crabbers having difficulty inbounding, and it's stolen by the Phantoms underneath. Off the glass, no good. Tammy Boggs with the rebound, yes.
And they got to call a timeout, Tim. The Hampton Crabbers are just not getting that ball. They don't have. It doesn't look like they have a good press offense, a good movement against that press. They're just throwing. They're standing around. You mentioned that earlier. There wasn't much movement underneath the basket, but there's not much movement trying to get the ball in bounds either, Tim.
I'm looking around as we're sitting here, Bob. I was wondering if our roving reporter, Mr. A.G. Womble, who is with us tonight and will be having some interviews for us. We're supposed to keep an eye on him. He's right behind us. I think he's going to interview one of us here in a minute.
He's going to interview Lowell Thomas. The Hampton High principal is sitting next to him, so I believe that's who he wants to interview. But he's got to get him on camera, Tim.
Well, I think what we're going to probably end up doing here is have that interview at the break between the first and second quarters.
Okay, well that sounds good.
I think AG is trying to get your attention, as a matter of fact.
What we need to do is put a bright sweater, color sweater.
There you see AG.
You see AG's head right there.
What his better side, I might add.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Remember now, he pays
right.
the bill.
I forgot he's the guy with the money. So the Crabbers are having their difficulties here. They've rebounded well, and they've had good control of the ball. They just haven't been able to get it to go in. They trail 12-0. They've got a break. At a 3-on-2 momentarily. Baseline 10-footer is off the mark, and we've got a whistle inside.
Looks like it's on number 41, Andrea Whitehead for the Hampton Crabbers. She was on the back of the other young lady trying to rebound. I didn't get her number, but
that's the second team foul against the Lady Crabbers. And that's also her first personal foul. Inside of 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 12-0 Lady Phantoms. They're having a field day so far. They've shared the scoring amongst 3 players. Nikki Reed, Tammy Boggs, and Juanita Cook each have 4 points. Looking inside for the lob. It's up, no good. Rebound controlled by the Phantoms. Hargrave, Boggs, and Reed play catch. Nikki Reed, who is the point guard on this team.
And she is a good scorer, Tim. She does a good job scoring.
Nikki Reed does lead the team in scoring, averaging over 15 points per game. Inside pass, off the glass, a little strong, and the Lady Crabbers have the rebound.
Well, Hampton was in a tight man-to-man, a tight zone that time, and they're trying to clog up the middle and keep the Phoebus Phantoms out of there, but Phoebus was a real patient team in getting that ball inside. And
we've got another whistle and a foul underneath the basket. There was no basket made, and at the free throw line will be number 33.
And it looks like it's on number 15, Tammy Boggs, Tim.
That would be her first. And they'll say that it was a non-shooting foul, so the Lady Crabbers will inbounds. Battle for the ball comes to the Lady Crabbers. Put it up and good. So the Lady Crabbers get their first basket of the night. I'm sorry, I was screened out, Bob. I didn't see who actually shot the ball. Did you pick up the number?
I believe it was number 31, Tim, who got it, which was Kim Fox. But it's funny that their first point should come from the outside because they've had a lot of inside shots.
Tammy Boggs shuffled the foot. She made a move, tried to fake her garter out, and then in doing so, dragged the foot.
Excuse me, Tim. I haven't seen too many garters playing.
Well, I started to say the man guarding her, but that didn't come out right either.
No. Yeah, that was okay. I just caught me by surprise.
I'm still doing football. Give me a break here. Foul underneath the basket.
Yeah, that foul.
The person guarding her is what I was trying to say. It didn't come out right. The foul is on number 41 of the Crabbers.
Yeah, that's.
And that would be
Whitehead, Tim.
Adrena Whitehead. That's her second. And Nikki Reed will be at the free throw line. She's got 4 points. 2:12 remain in the first quarter. There you see a good shot of Nikki. And she gets the first of 2.
I like the way she shoots, Tim. She's got a good follow through. People are watching basketball. If they watch the wrist as they let go of the ball, she's got good flex in her wrist, but she's got a good height on that ball and good follow through, and that's why she's with the leading scorer of the Phantoms.
6 points on the night for Nikki Reed. It's a 14-2 ball game. The ball is stolen by the Lady Phantoms, looking to break. It's a 1-on-3 though, and they'll hold it up. Inside from 13, no basket. Underneath, the rebound put up, no good, and the Lady Crabbers have the ball. Off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath, and a whistle. We got a traveling call. So the Lady Crabbers having no success here in the first quarter. They have but a 2-point production so far. 1:34, and the clock is moving. Hampton back in the zone defense. From the baseline corner, Tammy Boggs' shot hits off the rim, and the Crabbers will bring it down. Oh, a traveling call as Sylvia Shepard stopped her dribble, took one step, which she was allowed, and then unfortunately, without thinking, she took one more.
Tim, at the end of the first quarter, in about 1:15, the AG, or roving reporter, is going to interview both Lowell Thomas, who is the principal at Hampton High School, and Walter Brower, who is the boys' basketball coach here. So he's got a couple people he's going to talk to between the quarters.
All right, and I'm sure he'll get a chance to talk to the cheerleaders before the night is out too. It's a tough job, but
he's going to talk to the cheerleaders.
He has to figure out a way to get that in there.
Oh.
Another foul inside. This one registered against number 33 of the Crabbers, and that would be Cheyenne Hill, who has been extremely quiet in the first quarter. And when you consider the fact that she averages over 15 points a game, that is a major problem for the Lady Crabbers.
That pressure defense has just really got the poor Hampton team just really kind of befuddled. They're not sure what they have to do, and they're making really silly mistakes, Tim.
45 seconds to go in the first quarter. 16-2. The Lady Phantoms have routed the Crabbers here in the first quarter. Crabbers steal the ball, but it's taken back by the Phantoms, and now we have a whistle inside. And I believe we have a call against the Crabbers, and the foul will be charged to Marvette Hawkins, number 42. That is her first. That's the 5th team foul. And it will send Monica Hart to the free throw line. On the 1-and-1, she doesn't get the bonus as she misses the first. Now the Crabbers, who have a lady down court, they're going to try and capitalize on that, but they're unable to do so as the pass was a little tall.
Well, I was holding off on the clock there for a second to try to get somebody.
Well, I think there was a substitution. Actually, I think one of the Phantoms did come in. In fact, that's number 20 for the Phantoms. Turnaround jumper is no good. The ball loose and controlled by the Lady Phantoms. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and it'll be put up at the buzzer. It's no good. And we've played 8 minutes, and our score after 8 minutes, 16 for the Lady Phantoms, 2 points for the Lady Crabbers. And now we're going to go to A.G. Womble, if I can find him. He's right behind me. Take it away, A.G.
Two top Crabbers here, Lowell Thomas, the principal, of course, and Walter Browder, coach of the boys team. Lowell, you're down 16-2 now. What's happening out there?
Well, it looks like right now, AG, that we're our own worst enemies. We had a lot of turnovers during that first quarter. We're hoping our girls will get settled down and start to play a little bit better and see if they can't play more like they're capable of playing. We're going to stay in it.
All right, Walter, first of all, congratulations on your season so far. You're one of the top starts you've had since you've been with the Crabbers.
Thanks very much. Yes, at this point, we're doing fairly well. We're about where we figured we would be. Of course, we didn't expect the 2 one-point losses, but, you know, we thought we'd have a pretty good team.
All right, Walter, you got a well-rounded team this year. Kevin Swan and a lot of players helping out. What about this Phoebus game tonight? What type game could we look for?
I'm looking for an up-tempo type ball game. It's going to be a lot of tough man-to-man, full-court basketball from both teams. Up and down the floor. Score should be in the 70s or possibly 80s.
Okay, good luck to you tonight, Walter. All right, Tim, Bob, now back to you. Thank you, Lo.
All right, AG, thank you very much. And we're set to go with our second quarter. Lady Crabbers have the ball to start this quarter. From the baseline corner, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Crabbers, no good, and controlled by the Phantoms. Crabbers are just having an ice-cold night. They just can't seem to find that basket.
Ask Lowell if he can get the announcer to announce that so the people here will...
Tammy Boggs. So Tammy Boggs gets the basket, giving her 6 points, and it's a 16-point lead, 18-2. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Lady Crabbers.
Well, what's happening out there, Tim, is the reason the Crabbers are having such a terrible time is when a pass is made, they are standing there. You got to step towards the ball to catch it, and the Phoebus Phantoms, they're taking a step towards the ball.
3-point try, no good. A battle for the ball. It's a jump ball, and the possession will be that of the Phoebus Phantoms. Phantoms moving the ball around. They've got an open lady underneath the basket. Didn't see her, and now it's intercepted by the Crabbers. This is Cheyenne Hill, brings it up the court. She'll put it up and in.
Well, that was a good shot, Tim. She did a good job of picking that pass off. That's kind of a dangerous pass anyway across court like that. But she took it all the way down and made that jumper.
Heavy traffic inside. We've got a foul. Tammy Boggs was the person fouled.
I believe number 30, Tim. Yeah, 30. Kathy Fitzgerald for the, I'm sorry, that's wrong, 30. Clarissa Harris, I believe. Is that the way you pronounce it?
Carlethia, I believe that is.
Carlethia
Harris.
Yes.
So Tammy Boggs will have 2 shots coming.
One thing that Mike Talon does a good job of, Tim, and he's had a very successful program since he's been the coach out there. He does a lot of work on the fundamentals and on defense. He stresses the defense and rebounding a lot. And of course, if you play good defense, then your offense is going to come around because you're going to get a lot of easy baskets.
Tammy makes both of the free throws, and now she has 8 points. These totals unofficial. The score is 20-4 in favor of the Phantoms. Crabbers finally get another basket. This time, Carlethia Harris gets 2. 20-6. So there was only 2 points scored by the Lady Crabbers in the first quarter, and now they've tripled that score. Good move to get around the defender, and we've got a whistle inside.
It's on 24, Juanita Cook for the Phantoms, Tim. But if you look at the size of these girls, the Phoebus girls starters are 5'3", 5'4", 5'8", 5'8", and 6 foot, as opposed to the most of the 5'11", 5'11", 5'9", 5'9", 5'10" for the Hampton Crabbers. I mean, that's quite a difference.
Yeah, well, this goes to further prove, as we found out during the football season, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you've got the talent, you can play.
That's for sure.
Of course, we are alluding to the many small players we saw perform brilliantly for the Peninsula District boys teams during the high school year. Great number of those players are in the 140, 150 pound category.
Right.
And we, you know, you always think you got to be 250, 260 and 8'4" to play, but these guys, you know, and same with the girls. I mean, if you've got the talent, if you've got the coordination, and you're willing to put in the sacrifice to the time, and you know, one of the things that a lot of the fans, I'm sure they realize it, but one of the things that these girls and boys don't get a lot of credit for is the hours and hours and hours that they practice.
And not only practice, Tim, then they have to go home and do their homework. So, I mean, they're putting in some extra time there. But I believe it really ends up being a plus on theirs because it makes them to be develop the self-discipline you have to be successful at anything you do.
Juanita Cook connects on the first and the second. Now, 3 personal fouls have been charged against Audrina Whitehead, and we've got the ball belongs to the Hampton Crabbers. Long pass down court, and it's intercepted by the Phantoms. Ball tipped away by the Crabbers, and the Phantoms will control.
That little Nikki Reed really impresses me, Tim. She passes that ball off the dribble with one hand, and she's no bigger in a minute. She's about, what, 5'2", 5'3", but she is really a tremendous basketball player.
And we've got another whistle. The officials are using these new whistles, I believe, aren't they, Bob? The new high shrill whistles you're supposed to be able to hear over the crowd?
I think so. They sound good. That was on number 13, Sylvia Shepard for the Crabbers, Tim. I don't know if you got that down or not, but it seems like it's shriller to me. I don't think they've missed a free throw yet, have they?
I don't believe so. So far, they have converted on 7 free throws.
All of these gals have a good shooting touch on that ball. They got a nice soft touch. And again, that goes to the coach, and Mike Talon does a good job of teaching the fundamentals.
Well, you know, yourself being a former basketball coach, I've heard this said before, and I'm sure you can substantiate it. Free throw shooters are not born, they are made.
Absolutely.
You have to learn the technique.
You most certainly do, Tim. It's just something that you're not born with. You really have to work at it. And it's not easy to walk up there by yourself and everybody's watching you and make a foul shot. A lot of people think, well, why can't he make it? Nobody's on him. But it's a little different.
Inside, we've got a foul charge to Juanita Cook of Phoebus.
And that's Tim Whitlock, the official with the mustache. So we know that the other one then is Ruben Lemon Zoe.
We got that figured out. At the free throw line for the Lady Crabbers, Audrina Whitehead looking for her first points of the evening.
Tim, this is our first of 4 games that we're going to do, and they'll all be involving the Hampton schools, so we're very fortunate doing this. In fact, this girls game will be played tomorrow morning, replayed tomorrow morning on Channel 29 at 9 a.m. and on Friday evening at 9 p.m.
If I was watching this game Wednesday morning, when would I be able to see the boys' game between the Phoebus Phantoms and the Hampton
You'll be able
Crabbers?
to watch the boys' game at 9 p.m. Wednesday and 9 a.m. Friday.
Okay.
You got that?
Got it.
Right.
All I have to do is move to Hampton.
That's right. If you want to watch this game, Tim, you're going to have to come to my house.
Juanita Cook gets the basket, and she's fouled. She'll have a chance at the three-point play. The personal foul charged to Cheyenne Hill, number 33. That is her second personal foul. The Crabbers are long past the limit. Of course, that's superfluous at this point because Juanita has one shot coming and she connects on that. So unless you missed one that I didn't miss, you're right. The Lady Phantoms are absolutely flawless at the free throw line.
And that's what the coaches really stresses. Make those foul shots. If you're giving up too many points, if you get a foul shot and you don't connect on it, but there Hampton Crabber put one in that time. That's a rebound that they need to take more advantage of. They get a lot of shots like that, Tim, but they're not making a very high percentage of them.
That was Carlethia Harris, number 30, who has 4 points to lead the Lady Crabbers. From the corner, Tammy Boggs, no. Rebound inside, Cheyenne Hill. 4:15 remaining in the first half. 27-8 our score. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Phantoms.
You can see the score, Tim, is 27-8, and it's just been all Phoebus all night so far. Look like they're spreading it out a little, trying to make Hampton come out playing man-to-man, or woman-to-woman, or they'll go man-to-man. They call it man-to-man.
We'll have to do it that way.
They look like they're playing like a boxing one. Number 31 for Hampton, Kim Fox is following Nikki Reed wherever she goes.
Of course, the Phantoms can afford to be patient. They have a substantial lead. We have a whistle underneath.
That's on 33 for Hampton, Tim. That's Cheyenne Hill.
And that is her third personal foul.
I thought we had another one. That's 2 of us got 3 according to our statistics.
And that is bore out by the scoreboard. It shows 3 personal fouls, and Cheyenne Hill will check out of the ball game. Her production so far has been but 2 points. At the free throw line, Juanita Cook, who is perfect from the free throw line, 3 for 3. And she now makes that 4 for 4. And she has scored 10 points in this ball game. She alone has outscored the Lady Crabbers.
Most certainly has.
And she continues her mastery of the free throw.
I wish that the camera could focus in on Mike Tallow. He's sitting there with his legs crossed, just as looks like he's very relaxed. And
there you see him at the center of your screen, or at least he was there momentarily.
But let me tell you what, he may look like he's calm, but I know Mike, he's there he is. So he's in on it. He may be sitting there, but he's in on what's happening.
Well, do they have that seatbelt rule in high school ball? Do they have to sit at all times?
Well, I don't know what the rule is, Tim, but I remember when I was coaching, they came out with it, and they put a seatbelt on my chair, and I still stood up, and I still got a technical. So I had
you
one.
Brought the seat with you wherever you went.
Wherever I went. I mean, it just made it awkward for me. That's all.
Way outside, ball is tipped around and finally controlled by the Lady Phantoms, and then
Yeah, I believe she walked him.
A couple of new faces in the lineup for the Lady Phantoms. Kathy Fitzgerald was the ball player. You see her in the center of your screen. She was the one just guilty of the travel. Crabbers will inbounds. Inside it comes, and put right up by Carlethia Harris.
And
So
you can see how
Carlethia has
tall they
6.
are. They just lob the ball in, and Phoebus can't do a whole lot about it.
Tammy Boggs, good feed
Oh, that was
underneath.
excellent pass.
Kathy Fitzgerald gets her first bucket. 31-10, intercepted by Boggs. Tammy puts it in. So the Phantoms continue their mastery, 33-10. Crabbers break the press. It's 2-on-2, right side feed. Good block. Carlethia Harris. Check that Kathy Fitzgerald blocked that shot.
She did
Minute
an
50.
excellent job on that block, Tim.
Nikki Reed, 16-footer. Tammy Boggs can't get it to go. Inside, it is put up and good.
Number 24 for the Crabbers, Tim. That's Juanita Cook.
For the Phantoms, right.
Phantoms, I'm sorry. I'm getting excited here.
13 points for Juanita. This one, a Hail Mary off the glass, still no good. And Nikki Reed comes out with the ball. Quickly down the court. She's got a 3-on-1. Good feed for Boggs, yes.
I tell you, that's why the Phantoms like Nikki Reed, because she's a scorer, but she will pass the ball if you open. And she does a good job of passing.
Tammy and Juanita are trading the leading scorers, and Tammy now will add to her total. She's got 16 points, and we haven't finished the first half yet. That's better than her game average. And we've got a blocking foul going to be charged against the Phantoms.
It looks like it's number 12, Tim, from the Phantom. That's Yolanda Keeler. She got in front, tried to draw the charge, but didn't do a good job of doing it.
Inside of a minute to go in the first half, 39-10, the Lady Phantoms at the free throw line for the Crabbers.
I see our illustrious Sam still has shown up, but it looks like he jumped in the shower or something, Tim.
Yeah, it was sprinkling when I came in, but it is obviously doing more than that unless he stopped off for a quick shower, as you said. At the free throw line.
It's good to see Sam.
Vivian Moss gets the first, and she'll get the bonus.
She is a big girl, Tim. I got her. She says 5'9", but she's big.
Crabbers control the rebound. Now at the top of the key, a three-point shot is no good. And the ball last touched by the Lady Crabbers.
And Tim, we only got 47 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it's obvious that Phoebus has got this game under control. They're doing exactly what Mike Talon wants them to do. A lot of pressure, upbeat tempo. Don't play half court.
And there's a foul.
And that's a new face for us too, Tim. Number 20 for the girls, that's Jackie Sechrist. And I forgot to pick up some other numbers here. So we got somebody in there.
I was counting on you.
I know you was. I apologize. I'll get them at halftime. Because we will see some of these people at halftime, I bet you, in the second
I
half.
have a feeling you're right. Jackie jumps shooting from the free throw line, gets on the score column. And we've got a lane violation, so that wiped that one out. It was good, but it won't count.
Jackie, when she shot the ball, Tim, she went over the line, which a shooter can't cross that line until the ball hits.
Long pass down court goes awry, and the ball turns over to the Phantoms. There you see our score, 40-11. We're inside of 35 seconds to go. Lady Phantoms showing why they are highly ranked in the district. Second only to the Menchville ladies, and now a traveling call. A phantom traveling call, I might add, and that's not meant to be punny, but I didn't see her move her foot.
I didn't either, Tim. Thought he had called something else.
I thought it was a 5-second violation for not penetrating the zone or something. I didn't see any movement, but then I don't have the eagle eye that these officials do, except when it comes to first downs.
Yeah. You read my mind well, Tim.
Oh, my. I've got a floor burn forthcoming on that one, as the foul will be charged to the Lady Crabbers.
Looks like it's on number 35.
And that would be her first.
Vivian Moss, yeah.
Going to the free throw line will be Carlene Hargrave, looking for her first point of the ball game. She's shooting 1 and 1. And nope, we got another lane violation. So Mike Talon will talk to those two young ladies at halftime, remind them that you can't step across that line until the ball hits the rim.
And that was a possible 2 points, Tim. Not 1 point, but 2 points, because she would have had a second shot.
Just 7 seconds remaining in the first half. From way outside, that ball was shot from the locker room.
From the locker room.
And there's no more time. Are we going to have AG here at halftime?
Yeah, he's going to interview Jerry Gentry, the basketball coach of the boys team at Phoebus, Tim. So, AG, if you're ready, take it away.
So you got off to a little slow start, but things seem to be gelling a little bit here for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our games tonight are being videotaped.
AG, the way the schedule works
Channel
out,
10 and 29.
first 4 games
The
on
Hampton
the
City
first
Schools
4
channel.
teams in the district.
games will
So
be
the first
shown
half of our schedule, both at the beginning of the season and now we're in the second half of the
9
season,
a.m.
is tough. We know it is. We're going to be struggling to get past. We have Mitchville, Ferguson and Hampton and Denby and Lafayette all together, one right after one back to back.
At
And
9 p.m.
All right, you have to be happy with the play of Jamie Chappelle, I believe, leading the district in scoring right now.
Jamie is leading the district, but it's funny. There's no part of our offense that we work specifically to get the ball to Jamie. Jamie's done a lot of that on his own. He plays shooting forward for us, and he does get the ball a lot, but just in regular rotation of the offense. Half of Jamie's points he's gotten on his own, going in under the basket and scrapping for the rebound and putting it back in. So.
All right, we talked to Coach Brower a little bit earlier, I think at the end of the first quarter. What are your thoughts about the game coming up tonight?
Well, we played this team second game of the season, and Hampton, as far as I'm concerned, is a total package. They've got the guards that can shoot from a perimeter. They've got the big men who can put the ball up inside. They can rebound. They can run. I was talking to Mr. Hintz earlier today, and I told him I felt like we could probably, if a big team that was slow, we could play with, or a quick team that was small, we could play with. But if you're big and you're quick, we are definitely at a disadvantage. So all we can hope to do tonight is play up to our potential and just try not to be embarrassed by this club.
All right, well, Coach, congratulations again on a great season so far, and good luck tonight.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
All right, Tim, Bob, now back to you.
Came back to us. I got to correct Jerry. He called me Mr. Hintz. That's my dad. Jerry, this is Bob down here. Now Mr. Hintz, okay?
All right, Mr. Hintz, we're at halftime, and our score is the Phoebus Phantom ladies 40, the Hampton Crabber ladies 11. We'll be back with the second half of action after this brief timeout. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. We're back here at the Crabbers Gymnasium. Second half is underway. We've already had a point scored, and that was a technical foul charged against the Lady Crabbers for not getting back on the court in time, and then when they did, they didn't have enough people on the court.
Well, and Tim, we should have had one because we were late too.
Right. That's right. The technical foul on the broadcast team here. The score 41-11 as Juanita Cook converted one of the two free throws, and then to my knowledge, unofficially, that was the first missed free throw of the evening for the Lady Phantoms.
Other than those two that were made and then were called back because of lane violations. You're right, Tim. But Hampton's going to have, the Hampton team's going to have to put a little more pressure on this Phoebus team. They're letting the Phoebus team come down with no pressure. Maybe they just don't feel that they're strong enough or quick enough to put the full court pressure on them. But they're going to have to do something to stop this scoring and do better breaking the press, because that's where they're giving up an awful lot of points is off of turnovers, Tim. And I didn't catch that foul.
Foul was charged to number 33 of Hampton, and that would be Cheyenne Hill. That's her fourth. Nikki Reed from 12, no good. And the Lady Crabbers have the rebound. In the first half, the scoring was led by Tammy Boggs for Phoebus with 16 points unofficially, and 13 points for Juanita Cook. Top of the key, the shot no good, and is rebounded by the Lady Phantoms. They've got a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2, put it up off the glass, no good.
That was a case there that they should have ended up with some points. I lost my score sheet there, Tim. There you go. You're trying to steal my sheet from me. I see it.
Lady Crabbers will inbound.
Yolanda Keeler, she looked down the court that last time. She could have passed the ball to Nikki Reed, who was wide open. And I know Mike Talon is definitely going to say something to her about that, because that's one thing you got to do is keep your head up and look for your teammates.
Crabbers with the inbounds. They were led by Carlethia Harris with 6 points in the first half. Off the rim, no good. And we've got a foul inside.
Tim, that was the smallest player on the court. Number 10 getting that rebound, Nikki. And it looks like it's on number 33 for the Crabbers. That's Cheyenne Hill. How many you got on her now,
Well,
Tim?
I must have registered one incorrectly, because that is now her fourth.
Okay.
And at the free throw line is Nikki Reed. So the free throw shooting has cooled off a bit for the Lady Phantoms.
Well, it'll probably end up being about their average, because they'll miss some, and it's hard to go the whole game without missing any free throws.
So Cheyenne Hill will check out for the Lady Crabbers. She came into the game as their leading scorer, and she'll leave the game with just 2 points. Off the glass and good. I didn't pick up who.
I believe it was number 30, Kathy Fitzgerald, that made that.
We'll give her credit for that unofficially. And it's 43-11, and we've got a foul.
Juanita Cook, number 24, was the fouler.
Used as the garderer.
I'm sorry, Tim, but that was great.
Ah, that was wonderful. That's the third on Juanita Cook. The guardee and the garderer. Inside feed. The ball is tipped away and controlled by the Phantoms. They got a 2-on-none. And he'll put it up and good. So for the Phantoms, they stretch that lead out even further. That basket good by Carleen Hargrave.
Tim, you saw that pass that Nikki did that time. Right off the dribble, she hit somebody underneath the basket and missed an easy shot, but she is an excellent passer. That was a good call. Her foot was on the line. That's Carleen Hargrove, number 13 for the Phantoms in there now, Tim. And she did a good job of stealing the ball, but her foot was on the sideline, which is right here in front of us.
Gee, that's funny. I didn't think her foot was on the line. Isn't that amazing? That's why you have officials out there.
Yeah.
I thought she had made a good play, but it was obviously a good effort, but she was called for being on the line. Air ball. One of many for the Lady Crabbers tonight. They just haven't been able to find the range.
And Tim, they're throwing the ball up there with two hands. They're not shooting the ball as easily and with the confidence that the Lady Phantoms are.
Little Nikki Reed drives the lane and among the Giants, puts it up, and she's fouled.
That's number 30, Fitzgerald. Oh, no, check that. Harris.
Carlethia Harris is called for her second personal foul, and Nikki Reed will be shooting 2. Nikki ended up with 8 points unofficially in the first half rather. She'll have 2 shots, 5:12 is the time remaining, and she's perfect on that free throw. And she converts the second.
That's the shooter's bounce. Hits the front of that rim and climbs right in. She's got good backspin and good follow through.
Lady Crabbers once again having trouble getting the ball up the court. Gets inside, good block. Baseline jumper. Nikki Reed showed that a small person can get in there for the rebound. She had good position that time, she just didn't quite get to it.
That's right, she sure did, Tim.
5-3. Inside, the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Phantoms. .435 remains in the third quarter. We've got a whistle inside again. Ball belongs to the Lady Phantoms.
There was a foul call that time, Tim. Did you pick up who the foul was on?
It shows the foul was on number 24 for the Crabbers. That would be Anessa Jones. That's her second. Tammy Boggs from the corner, a little short. Nikki Reed went in, penetrated, and then came back out.
And Tammy gets the ball and scores that time.
Unofficially 18 points in the ball game for Tammy Boggs. Running one-hander, and the ball is rebounded by the Lady Crabbers. Put it up, no good, all alone underneath. Easy bucket. Kim Fox has 2 baskets for the evening. Tammy Boggs again.
Boy, she is hot tonight, Tim. What's that, 20 points?
20 points. She likes that spot, too. Intercepted by the Phantoms. Off the glass, a little strong, and the Lady Crabbers will bring it down. 51-13. Nikki Reed intercepts, and she draws the foul.
And that was right there in front of you, Tim. Sylvia Shepard, number 13, committed the foul. And we've got reporting now a new number for the Phantoms, number 33.
I think that's Chantel Pitt.
Okay.
That's the 3rd personal foul charged to Sylvia Shepard. That's the 5th team foul. Nikki Reed, good hustle. Super job. Nikki Reed intercepted the rebound and then put it off the glass and made it good. 40-point lead for the Lady Phantoms. Intercepted by Boggs. Got a lady underneath. Pretty good block from behind, but she got her with the body.
And that's the 4th foul on Sylvia Shepard, Tim. That's the second one. Second foul is in just the last few seconds.
3:14 remains here in the third quarter. 8-minute quarters. And Sylvia Shepard will come out of the ball game. She, along with Cheyenne Hill, have 4 fouls each. At the free throw line is Carlene Hargrove. And she connects on the first of 2. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble here at the Hampton Crabbers Gymnasium. Second one is no good, and we've got a whistle underneath. This game, the first of 2 this evening. Of course, they're airing on different times and different days, so try not to confuse you too much, but this game is airing at 9 a.m. Wednesday and 9 p.m. Friday. The boys' game is airing 9 p.m. Wednesday night and 9 a.m. Friday morning.
You got it, Tim. That was on Clarethia Harris, number 30. That's her 3rd foul.
Chantel Pitt gets her name in the scorebook. And she hits both. And it's 56-13. Phantoms intercept the pass. Nikki Reed, nice move, and then she is going to be fouled. This one will be charged against number 35, Vivian Moss.
No, it's 25, Tim. Angela Coppage is the one that he called it on. I thought it was 35, too.
All right.
We got some, excuse me, Tim, go ahead.
First foul on Angela. What you got?
Well, we got a roving reporter right behind us. Got David Blizzard, who is a JV coach here at Hampton, and looks like a young lady. So take it away.
All right. AG.
AG.
We do have, we have David Blizzard and Gigi Blunt. First of all, David, congratulations on your big win tonight. What worked well for you?
Well, the guys started hustling, and they started to go to the boards, get a few rebounds, and playing a little bit better on defense. Not the way I wanted them to play, but they did enough to win, enough to get by tonight.
All right, David, I think we got your sister here, Gigi Blunt, who's the sponsor for the Phoebus cheerleaders. Now, were you cheering against him tonight?
Yeah, I don't really like to, but we had to. That's, you know, it was fun anyhow, cheering against my brother.
Okay, what about being a cheerleader sponsor? What's the most fun about doing that job?
I think it's just working with the girls and watching them grow and develop, you know, and seeing them learn to create. It's a lot of fun being with them.
All right, David, congratulations again. How'd you feel tonight when she was over there supporting those Phoebus cheerleaders?
Well, I just told her, just throw a few extra cheers in for us. We needed everything we could get, all the support.
Okay, thank you, David and Gigi Blunt. And Tim, Bob, back to you now.
All right, AG, thank you. Nikki Reed misses the first of 2 free throws. I know he gets, I know he handles the money, but how come we haven't been on camera yet?
I don't know. It's because he handling the money. There was a violation on that first shot, so that really didn't count, Tim. So she got the first shot, and this comes her second shot. So she ended up making both of them.
2 out of 3, as they say.
Yeah.
Old NBA rules there.
Yeah.
You get 3 chances to make 2. And floor burns for her efforts, and the ball goes back over to the Phantoms.
Well, that's one thing. If the fans could see in that time that the young lady was dribbling the ball, she had her head down, Tim, and was watching the ball and not aware of anybody that was open, because when you're being double teamed, somebody's going to be open somewhere.
And a whistle underneath.
I believe that's going to go against Phoebus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's an offensive foul on number 24, Juanita Cook, for the Phantom. She gave a little shove there, Tim, to get open.
And we have that as her 4th personal foul. Travers can't hold on to the pass. That might only be her 3rd. They didn't register on the scoreboard, so I'm not sure, but in any event, the Lady Phantoms not in any danger in any event. 58-13 is the score. And we've got a double dribble underneath the basket. Chantel Pitt double dribbled. Now she knocks the ball away from the Lady Crabbers. It was out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you one thing you have to say about the Phoebus Phantoms, Tim, is they do a lot of hustling up and down the court. They play all 90 feet on this court. They're not slowing down for anything.
And another whistle inside.
Looks like this is on number 33 for the Phantom. That's Chantel Pitt.
Player control foul. That's the 3rd team foul. From outside, bounces around, and it's tipped. Finally controlled by the Lady Phantoms. And we've got a carrying the ball violation, a palming the ball, or whatever they used to call it.
Well, I don't think she carried it. That was definitely a palm. I don't think her hands are big enough to carry the ball, but she was excited and was going in for a layup. And sometimes that ball just gets away from you.
And it gets away from them on the other end as the Lady Crabbers trying to beat the odds by throwing it down the court are unable to do so. 2-13.
Well, nobody touched the ball, Tim, so it'll go back out. Phoebus will bring it in where they were throwing it in from the last time.
Tammy Boggs from the corner, no good. Rebound to the Phantoms, up and off and good by Chantel Pitt, she's got 4 points. Double team pressure in the backcourt. Lady Crabbers break the press, but in doing so, they throw it away. So the Lady Phantoms are not slacking up at all on their press, and that's, you know, they got to keep the game going. I guess that.
Well, that's the kind of tempo that Mike Talon wants. He wants an up-tempo game. What an excellent pass.
And a traveling violation charge. A minute 40 left in the third quarter. The Phantoms double teaming in the backcourt. 3-point range is no good. And it'll be touched last by the Phantoms. It'll belong to the Crabbers. A minute 26 to go.
And that's really, that was not a real smart play, because had she let it go, it would have been their ball. There was no reason for her to even to attempt to save that from going out of bounds.
And we have had more than our share of whistles tonight.
It's going to be a long game.
It more or less has at this point. 60-13. It's not exactly been a close ball game. It was 16-2 after the first quarter, 40-11 at the break, and it's been all Phoebus. They've outscored Hampton 20-2 here in the second half. Nikki Reed at the free throw line. No good on the first of two. She had 8 points at halftime. She's got unofficially 14 points for the ball game. And she goes 0 for 2. And we've got a traveling call.
This will make the game last a lot longer, Tim, with all the whistles, because that clock's going to stop every time they blow a whistle. I look for Mike Talon to really kind of substitute freely here in the fourth quarter, although he's got some new faces in there now. The only one looks like the only starter he's got out there is Nikki Reed, number 10. I don't think any of the others are starters out there, Tim.
The only other one would be Juanita Cook, number 24.
Okay, I'm sorry, she is out there, right?
And she's had a real good ball game. She's got 14 points on the game. Tammy Boggs unofficially with 20 points. And Juanita will be trying to add to her total now. There she goes, and she'll get a second. We're just looking down the list of scorers, individual scoring leaders on the Peninsula District girls, and Juanita can reverse both of those. There aren't any players from Phoebus in those top 10 scores, interestingly enough. You got the second place team, unless there was an omission that
they got to be. I got Nikki Reed as a 15-point average, and Tammy Boggs for 11 points, and Juanita Cooker's 10-point average. And they just seemed to have been left out of that. Maybe they didn't have enough space, Tim. Because he's got three girls averaging double figures, and you're going to have some people in the top scores. If you're second in the district and you got a 10-3 overall, 8-1 in the district.
Must have just been a simple omission by our good friends at the Daily Press. They don't make mistakes like that very often. Nikki Reed, reverse layup, doesn't go. She gets her own rebound. Now she has all day, so she takes the shot. And a whistle inside. Nikki Reed at the free throw line. 16 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 64-13 is our score. Nikki, nothing but net. That ball has a great arch on it. I mean, it is really an air ball in the sense that it goes way up in the air, and then it doesn't hit anything but net.
Sometimes the net doesn't move a whole lot when it goes through.
At times it gets a little bit of the rim, but nonetheless, the basket or the second free throw is good. Pressing all over the court. Stolen by Nikki Reed. $18 points now for Nikki, and that's the end of the third quarter.
Don't look like
played 3 quarters, and the Lady Phantoms have done a pretty good job. Maybe if we turn around, we can get on the camera here.
You suppose we could?
I don't know. I don't think so. They're not ready. Man pays the bills. He gets on camera.
Right. You got to know somebody, I guess. Well, Tim, I don't know how they scored that time. At one point, you had them outscoring the Phantoms 20 to about 2. I don't know what it ended up. It looked like about 28 points they outscored them on that quarter.
Yeah, the Lady Phantoms had 40 at halftime, so they scored 28 here in the third quarter. Didn't seem like they were doing that much scoring, but all of a sudden, you got 28 more points on the board.
Well, and a lot of them came right under, from those steals, the easy baskets underneath, and of course that's what you want if that's your team. You want them to get easy baskets underneath, play good heads-up defense, and that's what Mike Talon has stressed since he been the basketball coach at Phoebus. Is strict, tough man-to-man defense, pressing all over the court. Make that team beat you at your game. He's not letting Hampton play their game. And there we go, Tim. Look at that. For a minute, we had the back of our heads.
There we are. My best side, no less. 5-second violation against the Phantoms. One of the few mistakes they've made this evening. Fourth quarter underway. The lead, an insurmountable lead, but the Crabbers, of course, still kicking in there. We've got a jump ball coming up. Possession belongs to the Crabbers, so they'll maintain possession. Inbounds to Cheyenne Hill, and she registers her second bucket of the night.
And she's a good 6 inches taller than anybody out there, Tim.
Well, she's playing with 4 personal fouls here in the fourth quarter. Inside the Lady Crabbers, the taller Lady Crabbers, I should add. Get the rebound.
Yeah, she stopped, drug her foot. She knew it. She knew she had messed up. She's not the one, evidently, that should be bringing the ball up the court, but we've got a whole bunch of new people out there for the Phantoms, it looks like.
We'll try and pick up some of those names.
Well, number 24, Juanita Cook came back in.
And another whistle. So for the Phantoms right now, they have on the court number 20. That's Jackie Sechrist, 42. And she is Monica Hart. We'll try and finish that for you when we can.
32's in there, Tim. That's, I'll find it there, Veronica Donnell. 13. Do you have 13 on you?
Charlene Hargrave.
And who was the other one? There she is, 32. Well, I guess we went through it because you gave them Sechrist already, number 20, Jackie Sechrist. So.
And for the Lady Crabbers, giving them equal time, of course. They've got Vivian Rhines, number 40, out on the court.
33, Cheyenne Hill. 30, Clarithia Harris.
Audrina Whitehead, number 41. And the ball is stolen away.
And number 30 out. Oh, we've already got 30. Who's the other ones out there, Tim? 31, Kim Fox.
Kim Fox comes up holding her side. She's, check that, that's number 30 for the Lady Crabbers. Carlethia Harris cut an elbow in the midriff. Ball belongs to the Lady Crabbers. 6:50 to go in the ball game, 68-15. A very one-sided ball game by the highly favored Lady Phantoms. 15 feet, no good. Controlled by the Phantoms. 2-on-1 and a jump ball. And this possession will be that of the Phantoms. Kind of missed the old jump ball, you know. Of course, it does speed the game up without having the jump ball, but I kind of missed that.
Yeah, I do too, Tim, but when I was coaching, I did not like the jump ball. it seemed like a lot of times the officials, not meaning to, but they're human like anybody else. It's hard to throw that ball straight up, and sometimes it gets from one side to the other, and you're in a critical situation in a ball game, and it's not a very good toss, and the other team ends up with the ball or a quick basket or stops you because of that. That's kind of hurting. Well, this is taking away that error, and I think it's good. I like the rule.
The other side of that coin, of course, is, in my opinion, I like the jump ball for the fact that, first of all, it can go either way on an errant toss, and if you really hustle over the court and you do everything possible to get the ball back, get a close game, and it's not your turn for possession, it seems kind of anticlimactic. You can do a heck of a lot of things in a very crucial lead. We're talking 3 or 4 seconds left of the ball game, and if it's not your possession, you can kill yourself to get the ball, and in fact you'll end up with nothing.
Well, only if it's a jump ball situation, Tim, but when you have the 5-second call, which used to be a jump ball, there's not that. You get the ball because you play defense, and I agree with you on that point that if you play good defense, you should get the ball. But again, on the jump ball, I was something I lobbied for long and hard when I was coaching, is get rid of that. To get rid of the jump ball situation. I just didn't like it as a coach. But as a spectator, I can see where it looks good.
Another foul. The parade continues.
See, now in the pros, they have a jump ball at the beginning, but at each quarter now they don't have a jump ball, but they do have jump balls if you have a tie-up during the ball game. So, they're using part of it, and some of it they're not, but I guess they figured that pro officials should be a little bit better at throwing the ball up. I don't know.
Juanita Cook misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Lady Phantoms. Jackie Sechrist's shot is no good. Rebound inside and put in by Juanita Cook.
And there's a steal. And that was just a desperation foul on number 31, Kim Fox. She was just upset because number 42 for the Phantoms, Monica Hart, just stole that ball, and she committed a foul more out of frustration, Tim, than anything else. Hey, at the end of this game, time permitting and everything, AG is going to interview Mike Talon, the coach of the Phoebus Phantoms, along with Nikki Reed. So that ought to be a good interview that our illustrious Rover over here is going to do, AG.
Good hustle to save that ball.
She knew she traveled on that one.
You got your basic up and down, as they used to say.
There was no doubt about that, Tim.
5:39. There you see the score, 72-15. The Lady Phantoms have been in control from the opening tip. And a traveling call. Juanita Cook has done a real good job tonight. She's slowly but surely crept out into the scoring lead. Unofficially, she's tied with Tammy Boggs with 20 points apiece in the ball game. And she is out of the ball game now, so the Lady Phantoms are going with all non-starters at this point. Jackie Sechrist will be charged with traveling.
They're calling the plays of what they want out there, and they run that play right. Jackie got the ball inside the lane where she wanted it, but mishandled the ball and ended up traveling because of that. But they're playing good defense out there. You can see that.
Good pass under the basket. And again, good hustle. We're seeing Carleen Hargrave, a sophomore, doing a good job of hustling on those plays. And yet another foul.
Well, Mike Talon's got a kind of young team, Tim. He started tonight. He only started one senior. The rest were sophomores and juniors. The only senior he started was Yolanda Keeler. The rest of them, and you can see Mike over here. He's got a smile on his face.
I would too if I was leading 72-15. A relaxed bench.
He's almost got a 60-point lead. I guess he ought to be smiling.
Monica Hart hits the scoring column, and she's perfect on two. 74-15. 4:45 is the time remaining. Jackie Sechrist knocks it away. Has a little difficulty controlling it, but finally does. And then it has the ball intercepted. Got a 2 on none. A little strong off the glass, and we've got a foul.
And Monica Hart hit her as she was going up. I think she helped throw that ball up against that glass because it did go up rather hard.
Adrena Whitehead will be at the free throw line. She has yet to dent the score column. No good on the first. Carlethia Harris with 6 points is the leading scorer in the ball game for the Lady Crabbers.
For the Crabbers, who's who, Tim?
Carlethia Harris is the leading scorer. And a blocking foul. You know, Cheyenne Hill came into the game for the Lady Crabbers averaging almost 15 points a game. And she's been held to just 4 points.
And again, you got to take your hats off to the Phoebus defense because they're doing exactly what Mike wanted them to do and what he's been working on all week. Well, all year, really. And I'd like to know what percentage they're shooting from the foul line, but Tim, they're shooting at least 85% from the foul line tonight, which is excellent.
And Carlene Hargrave connects on 2. Substitution, Anessa Jones checks back in for the Lady Crabbers.
They're no longer in a full court press, but they're doing a heavy man-to-man at half court.
Long rebound, put up, no good, and a traveling charge again.
They don't look like they're under control, Tim, and they're shuffling their feet, and that's what's causing all those traveling violations against the Crabbers. Who do we have as the leading scorers for the Phoebus team? I remember you said something about Tammy Boggs having 20 points. What does Nikki have?
Tammy Boggs and Juanita Cook both with 20 points unofficially.
Oh, Juanita Cook, okay.
And Nikki Reed has 18 unofficially. And that's pretty much what they'll end up with because they're not in the ball game, and I'm sure we won't see them again either. And we've got a lane violation. 1 second inside of 4 minutes to go.
And that's about the third time tonight that a lane violation has been charged against the Phoebus Lady Phantoms tonight. And Tim, that's in this game it doesn't make much difference, but in a tight game that is something that you would really be concerned about. But they do a good job of passing that ball around. As the fans can see, they don't dribble the ball. When they get the ball, they're looking to pass it. As you can see, the time on the clock.
Play ragged, to say the least, at this point, as they're passing it back and forth. Steals, dribbles, walking, you name it. You got everything but a 1st and 10 out there right now.
Well, I was about to say, we kind of think along the same lines. We got a timeout now. The Hampton Crabbers, 3:21 to go. But you down 61 points, Tim.
Is this a strategy move, you think?
I think it's more like we got so many timeouts. Let's use our timeouts up. We're using everything else up.
Well, in all fairness, you know, the Lady Crabbers have been on the very short end of the score tonight, but they haven't given up. They've been running up and down the court, trying their hearts out. So we certainly want to give credit to them for their efforts. It just hasn't been their night. The Phantoms are a much superior ball club. Nikki Reed, Tammy Boggs, and Juanita Cook have exhibited superb shooting techniques tonight. There you see some of the crowd here at the gymnasium on the campus of Hampton High School. And the crowd is still coming in for the boys game, which will be following
this will fill up a little more as we get closer to the boys game. Most certainly will. And that was on our side, Tim. That was this side of the field. There's more fans on the other side.
.320 the time remaining in the ball game, 76-15. Air ball, it's knocked out of bounds. It belongs to the Crabbers. And there are the Phoebus Phantom cheerleaders. From 16.
Wow, boy. She was good. She had shot in her mind that whole time. That was an excellent shot.
Kim Fox with 6 points and an offensive foul against Carleen Hargrave. Carleen with unofficially 7 points on the evening. Remind you to stay tuned at the conclusion of the ball game as A.G. Womble will be interviewing the head coach for the Phoebus ladies, Mike Talon, and hopefully he'll have Nikki Reed along with Mike Talon for a brief interview.
And he may even, if he gets a chance, he'll try to get a hold of Tammy Boggs and Juanita Cook also, because these are the 3 leading scorers in tonight's game. Reed with 18, Boggs and Cook both with 20 apiece. So if he gets a chance, he's going to talk to all 3 of them.
.246 the time remaining. Both teams are over the limit. And now we'll see some more new faces in the lineup for the Lady Phantoms.
Well, they're not some of them new. Nikki Reed, number 10's out there, Tim. Number 22 is Lynetta Allen. Number 11 is Lucretia Williams. 25 is Alicia Bailey. And I can't see the number on that other one down at the end. That looks like 14. Shivanka Chapman. And I know why he's got Reed out there is to give these girls a little bit of confidence, because he's got some 9th graders out there. He's got 2 9th graders out there.
And this is Nikki Reed. Drives the baseline fearlessly, puts it up, and it's good.
And that puts her up to 20 points. And possibly it could add to that, Tim.
She could. I prematurely said we wouldn't see her for the rest of the game.
Well, and I know Mike put her in there only to help these gals get squared away, because he's got a real young team out there now, 9th and 10th graders.
And Nikki Reed now becomes the leading scorer unofficially, and I emphasize that as I am keeping it as unofficially as I can. Baseline jumper, no good, tapped out. Nikki Reed on the receiving end, and she is fouled. Anessa Jones will be the guilty culprit. Little Nikki Reed will go to the free throw line again.
And possibly to add to her scoring totals.
The standings coming into this game showed Menchville ladies at a perfect 9-0 district mark, 10-3 overall. And these Phantoms 8-1. They'll move to 9-1, of course, and they'll improve their record to 11-3. Nikki Reed misses for one of the few times this evening. We've got a battle for the ball.
And Nikki's going to come out. Seacrest is going to come in for Nikki. Jackie Seacrest is going to come in for her. So that'll should be the end of her point total for tonight. She will be the leading scorer as our unofficial statistics go.
And you see Mike Talon, the head coach, going over and offering a word of congratulations, I'm sure, on the fine effort on the part of Nikki tonight.
That foul that time was on number 14, Shivanka Chapman. She tried to get her body in front and stuck a knee out there, which is a no-no. You got to be completely in place and without movement to draw that charge.
Anessa Jones, the left-hander, gets in the score column. That's her first point of the night. One for 2 as the Phantoms now get the rebound. You can tell some of the Lady Phantoms are some of the more less experienced, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Right. Well, there's one thing, if you got a team that can score the points that Phoebus can, then you get a lot of playing time for the people that normally wouldn't get to play in a tight game.
Jump ball. Ball belongs to the Lady Phantoms. Jackie Sechrist in heavy traffic loses the ball. And we've got an offensive foul in charge.
And that's 5 on number 31, Tim. Kim Fox, she's fouled out of the ball game, but you got something in there to eat, Tim?
I wish. I heard what you had for dinner.
Won't talk about it.
I had that delicious hot dog from the lobby. And a traveling call. A minute and a half remain in this ball game. 79-18. This game was decided a long time ago. Jackie Sechrist's pass goes off the hands of one of her teammates. It'll belong to the Lady Crabbers.
This makes a long game, Tim. And the boys' game will start about 20 minutes after the end of this game, because usually they'll start, the game is supposed to start at 8 o'clock or 20 minutes after the end of the girls' game, whichever is first. In this case, it's going to be starting just a little bit after 8 o'clock, it looks like.
At the free throw line is Vivian Moss for the Lady Crabbers. And she'll miss everything. Got one shot coming. Now check that.
She threw up an air ball, Tim, so Phoebus Phantoms will get the ball out of the side court.
And we've got another traveling call.
Just seems that the Lady Crabbers having trouble getting themselves under control. They want to stop to put the shot up. They're not lowering their center of gravity and are doing a lot of traveling. I thought there was a carrying violation before that, but it's getting a little hectic out there. The officials walking by smiling. Ruben is. They're like us, Tim. They want to get this thing over with, too, I'm sure.
Let's not prolong the agony any longer here. You have a 61-point lead. You really don't have anywhere to go.
You're right there.
From way downtown, off the rim. And one more whistle. There you see the story, 79-18.
15 seconds, Tim, and it's going to be, I hope it's not a long 15 seconds. If you want to duck out real quick, grab another hot dog. I'm picking on Tim tonight,
that
folks.
Hot dog won't take me 15 seconds to eat.
Tim might pass out on us for lack of nourishment. He hasn't got to eat all day.
I'm doing just fine. I got enough to store up. Got enough stored up to last me for years. So Carlithia Harris continues to be the only bright spot on the court tonight for the Crabbers. She has 7 points. She's their leading scorer, and she misses on the second try. 11 seconds, clock moving. And yet another foul. Been a rough game.
There's been a lot of fouls called tonight, Tim.
Girls don't play for keeps. Hasn't watched them. Alicia Bailey gets in the scorebook. Just 6 seconds remain. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that is your ball game.
And I know the Hampton Crabbers are just as good to have, or just as happy to have this game end as anything, Tim. That's really frustrating. Again, they got a big team. They've got some decent personnel. They just have trouble coping with the quicker Phantoms and the pressure defense that the Phantoms put on. But it ended up like I thought. I didn't think it'd be this big of a lopsided score, 81 to 19, but it ended up the way I thought it would. I was sure that the Lady Phantoms would win it.
Momentarily, we will have AG will be with Mike Talon, and I see he has Nikki Reed. And he'll also be trying to get Tammy Boggs and as many other of the Lady Phantoms who were successful in the situation anytime. And we're going to go now to AG.
You have to be happy with the way things went tonight.
I'm happy that we won, but I'm kind of, it's a little embarrassing. We played hard. That's my fault. They went out and played hard, and I told them to play hard, and they didn't let up. And it wasn't we were trying to run the score up or anything. It's just that they played hard and everybody got a chance to play tonight.
Okay, we got Nikki Reed here. Nikki, we're looking up this way. Congratulations on a big game. Your thoughts on tonight? I think you had over 20.
Yes, we played a good game. Overall, we did. We looked for each other and kind of moved the ball around. So I think overall, everybody had a real good game.
All right, can this team go all the way?
Yes, of course we can.
All right, Tammy Boggs, great game. Your thoughts on the big win?
Well, I really enjoyed playing because, I don't know, I thought we moved the ball well. Everybody had a chance to do what they wanted to do, and it was just a real relaxing game. It was more or less fun more than work.
All right, how's this year's team compared to last year?
I think it's kind of even, myself. I think we have a lot of potential players, and I think that everybody is kind of equal than what we had last year.
All right, Juanita Cook, congratulations. Your thoughts on this big win?
Well, I thought we could do it anyway because we try hard anyway. And we worked very hard about it.
All right, what about the rest of the season, Juanita? How do you see it for the Phantoms?
Well, I think it's going to be great, and we're hoping to come out on top.
All right, super effort tonight. Good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, just before we close out here, rest of the season now, what are your thoughts on it?
We've got to just take one game at a time and hope we can catch Mitchville and tie this thing up again.
Okay. Great game night, Mike. Good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
All right, Tim and Bob, now back to you.
All right, AG, thank you very much. And the boys are getting ready to come on the court here. Our final score again, the Lady Phantoms 81, the Lady Crabbers 19. For AG Womble, Bob Hintz, and the entire crew, great job, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll join us again as we'll have another high school basketball game for you. Good evening, everybody.